Good morning, Quirky Birders, it's Lynn here, and welcome to your very first festive watercolour illustration video of 2023. Now, for this year, for 2023, we are going to feature quite heavily these so cute and adorable little pigs in blankets. So we're certainly going to have some fun with these characters over the next few weeks. You can certainly embellish them however you wish. You can certainly have some fun with their characters. This one from the Pigs in Blankets, he's called Christmas Presents, so he's obviously got a little bit of the Christmas presents just by the side of him. We've got another one here called Deck the Halls, and he's got a little berry holly and mistletoe wreath wrapped around him. He's got in a bit of a pickle there. And then we've also got Bright Spark, where he's wrapped up in some little fairy lights as well. But firstly, to introduce the main character to you, we're just going to do a very, very simple little illustration. And I'm just going to then show you just the basic painting of the actual design. Now, because this is a freely available content and illustration for you all, then the line drawing for the design is going to be available over on my Facebook page. So you'll be able to get hold of this very, very basic line drawing. And it's from this basic line drawing that we then build the actual design and the characters themselves. So we'll just make a start and we will start to paint our little piggy. Now, because we're working quite illustratively and not with too many finer details, I'm just going to work initially with a size 5 brush. And you need to just have a little bit of pink, pale pink, mixed in your palette to paint your little piggy. So we'll just make a start by painting his ear. And you can just push that paint down to the tip of his ear so it's a little bit darker in the tip. We shall paint his nose. And then we'll also paint his little feet as well. Now I'm just painting this little pig on one of the little postcards that we've been working on over the course of the last couple of weeks. Now we'll just let those few areas dry before we paint the rest of his face. So whilst that's drying, let's just paint into his chest. Now, for this example, our little piggy, he's wearing a little Christmas hat. So we can go ahead and we can paint the Christmas hat. So we'll just paint that a nice shade of bright festive red. Go. And that will probably need a second coat once it's actually dried. So we'll just push that paint down to the edge of the hat. And then we'll just paint his little blanket. I'm just going to paint his blanket with a nice lime green. So I've just used a little bit of the hooker's green, and I've mixed that with a little bit of yellow just to get this really nice vibrant lime green colour. I'll just paint all of the blanket. I'll just get a nice even coverage. I'll do the other side. There we go. Just missed a little bit just up on the side there, so just being careful around the ear. Okay, so we can now just paint the rest of his little face. And you'll notice that I've already put his eyes in with the ink pen, just to kind of wake up his face and help to build his character. So if you do this, just make sure you're just careful with your paint in the water around that ink pen, and that your ink pen doesn't bleed. Now when it comes to his face, we just want one or two little shaded areas. Just so you've got a little bit of texture there on his little face. Okay, so let me go back and just put a second layer of red on his little hat. There we go, that looks nice. And we'll also just put a little bit of grey through the fur of his hat. And also on the pom-pom. And the next thing that we're going to do is just make that shade of pink just ever so slightly darker. I'm just going to do that by adding a little bit more red into the pink itself. And we'll just put a little bit of the detail into his little feet. Just a little bit of the darker colour at the bottom of his feet. I'll do the same on the one that's to the side. We'll add a little bit of darker colour to his ears. And also his nose. Just put a little bit of a sort of a blush on his cheeks. Okay. Okay, so your little piggy, you can decorate however you wish. So you could give him some little decoration onto his blanket. So you could actually just draw some little flowers if you wanted to. You could actually have a little bit of holly on his blanket. So you could just do some little holly berries if you wanted to as well, just to make it a little bit more festive. And that's what we'll do on this one today, is we'll just add some little bits of holly leaves. So I'm going to change my brush and I'm going to change it down to a size 1. And I'm going to use a nice darker green. So like a nice intense green. And all you're going to do to paint the holly is you're just doing a little sort of M shape. Just a little zigzag. And you're just going to dot these little shapes around the blanket. They can go into different directions. So we're just going to dot those all the way around. Just remember when you're using your size 1 brush, just to get rid of that excess paint so it doesn't bubble too much. And just don't overload your paintbrush. So just work all the way around your blanket. Put one in there. And then we'll just change the tone of that colour green ever so slightly. And we'll just add another couple and just join them up together. So we're just doing it as and when we've got space. Okay, and the last little thing that we need to do is we can just take a little bit of red on the end of the paintbrush, and we'll just put one or two little holly berries on the blanket itself. We'll do the same on this side. Okay, so that is the basic character. That is the basic little pig in blankets. So we just need to let that dry, and we'll just give that a few moments to dry, and then I'll be back in just a moment and we'll complete the ink details. Okay, so our little piggy has now dried, and you will notice that I've just put a little bit of a background, just a little background wash around the outside of him. Now pen wise, we're going to be using a 0.2, just a little very simple black fine liner pen, and we'll start by just outlining his little paws or feet or trotters even. And we'll come around this side. We can do his little nose. And let's just put a little bit of shading in there. Just use the pen. Come around the nose in its entirety. Give him a little smile. And we'll outline the blanket. Now when it comes to the blanket, just outline it a couple of times. Just so you get that little bit of movement going on, really. And then we can do his little hat. And then when it comes to the actual pom-pom, instead of you doing just like a little round circle, if you just take your pen and do some little lines going across where the pom-pom is, and we'll go all the way around and just then infill as you go. There we go. And that just gives you the effect of a little fluffy pom-pom. So all we need to do now is we just need to add in the details to the holly leaves. I'm just going to change my pen and I'm going to go down to a 0.1. So I've got a 0.1, gone down just a size smaller. And all we're going to do is just come around these leaves, the little holly leaves and the berries. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. Of course, you can just leave them as they are. But we'll just add the ink outline to these leaves. I'll keep adding the berries as well as we go around. We'll just work our way around the entire blanket. So we'll carry on the other side. We'll just work our way around. We'll just add some little ink berries as well. Last couple. And there we have it, one little pig in blanket. So let's just put pigs in blankets. And there we have it, the basic illustration of a little cute piggy in a blanket. Like I say, we're going to have some fun with these over the course of the next couple of weeks, and we're going to change their characters and get them up to all sorts of things for the festive season. But don't forget, your line drawing is actually going to be on the Facebook page, so you're able to download the image directly from Facebook. But do have some fun. These are just going to cause so much joy to so many people for your Christmas cards this year. Enjoy painting them. I'll be back again soon with another video. Take care now. Goodbye.